You guys. Okay, well, I'm doing something weird. Not really, but I'm kind of giving you a little bit of sneak peek into what a bonus pod is because I feel like I post about it all the freaking time. And then people are like, wait, you do bonus pods? And I'm like, I've been posting about it a lot. So here I can just talk to the people that are actually listening to the show and just give you a little sneak peek moment. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 15 minutes of the last one for free for you. And then if you like it, just go ahead and subscribe. Why not? It's $3 a month. $3 a month. I know it's a lot to ask people for a subscription, but $3 isn't really that much. I feel for, whatever. But at the same time, if I'm being completely honest, I get it. Adding another subscription is wild. So, do what you need to do. And I'll just give you this little sneak peek as a moment for you to look into what it could be. But I talk about dating. I talk about life. I talk about friends. Friends like actual friendships, not Friends the TV show. Although I definitely will be talking about Friends the TV show quite frequently, probably. But anyhow, so what you can do is you can go to the link in the show notes here, or you can go to the Instagram, and there's a subscriber button there. But yeah, I'll put half of the podcast that I did, the longer one, half of the podcast, maybe like 20-ish minutes or 15, whatever. I don't know how long I'm going to do it, you guys. I'm just going to post it. And if you like it, I would love for you to join this community, because one of my main goals, and I'm being really serious here, is to have a community of people that respond back to me, and that we can have this community organization moment and just really, be in this journey of life together, and also maybe talk about parks. But if you don't like parks, I think this is a really cool option. Although I don't know how you would have found out about it then, because you're probably here because you listen to the Parks and Rec stuff, or maybe you're here for me. I don't know. Anyhow, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for taking the time. And if you are subscribing, I really appreciate it so much, more than you can know. And yeah, if you do subscribe, shout me out, man. Message me, and maybe you'll get a sticker. Because merch will be coming out soon. Anyhow, all right. Well, I'll talk to you soon, and enjoy this moment preview of a bonus pod, and please subscribe. Okay, bye. Oh, and side note, you will hear me shout out directly to Katherine, because she is the bonus pod subscriber, and I just want to say that if you were subscribing, you would get that special treatment too. I swear, you know me. Well, I would assume most of you know me. I'm gonna shout out your name, so if you want that special treatment, am I doing a good job of convincing you? Is this needy? Okay, bye. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the amazing exclusive podcast. And by everyone, I mean Katherine. Hi, Katherine. How are you? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be talking to you. And I can't wait for more people to join, because it'll be so great. I was going to go ahead and just talk about my own things, which I will do, but I'm going to answer all your questions, Katherine. I'm going to do everything that you said right now, because you are a rock star. Like an actual rock star, and I'm really excited about this. Okay, number one, 2024 ins and outs, you asked. Oh my gosh, Katherine, you're reading my mind a little bit, because that wasn't something I was going to talk about, but I saw that trend, and then I kind of made one just for fun. Here's what I'll tell you, or here's what I'll read it off to you. I don't necessarily think that these were more so when I was like, I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't like how you think of your vision board and you're very specific and you're very thought out, kind of like maybe even strategic in some ways. This one was just like here's a floppy floopy floop list, and here's maybe whatever. Okay, number one, more wigs. Oh my gosh, Katherine, I think you might not have known me in my wig phase. You saw my pink one, I think, at Halloween, but I had a lot of other wigs that I was wearing during COVID, because I couldn't dye my hair because of auditions and headshots, and I would have had to change everything. So I want to do more wigs. That's what I want to do. I want to have more realistic ones, but there's also ones that are just because if I didn't have auditions, I swear I would dye my hair pink like tomorrow. No joke. I'm not even joking you. I mean, maybe I would have to Maybe I'd have to go a little bit less pink, like full on pink, just because I know stupid jobs are stupid and think that you're unprofessional if you have dyed hair, but that's not true. So, but I could try it and people would just need to get over it. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, more wigs. And then there's also those ones that are kind of like, just so slide on, like they're so, easy to put on and they look so natural and wonderful. And I want that. I want to do more of that. Okay. More books. Easy. Done. Can't wait to talk to you about ACOTAR. Great. More dance. Yes, that was even on my vision board. That'll probably be in Q2, quarter two, because that is not something that I am focusing on in Q1. But more dance, because I want to take dance lessons. I put that on my vision board. I've taken dance classes and stuff like that before, but it's never really been serious. And not that it needs to be serious, but I would just love to take more dance classes. Hip hop, contemporary kind of musical theater dance. I think TikTok has really made me be like, oh my God, I want to do that. Like, you know how those amazing hip hop dancers on TikTok are doing those amazing videos with like super cool music and everyone's in the background cheering them on and having so much fun. And it just looks so sexy and lovely and fit and fun. And that's what I want to do. So there's a couple places here in town in Nashville that have those classes. There's one in Hendersonville that I took, which was so fun. Millennium Dance Complex is, I believe they started in LA, but they have one here now. They've had it here for like 3 years or something. There's a couple of dance companies that I've found from like different projects I've worked on. So like I have a lot to choose from. I just need to call each one and figure out what their like subscription class plans are and what even do they teach, because I'd love to do tap eventually too, but I kind of just want to do more hip-hop-y kind of vibes right now. Because I loved it. It's so wonderful, but it's also such a fitness portion. You know what I mean? Like people think it's just like fun, and maybe if you're doing musical theater, it's like a part of your, training, but it's so like you have to be fit as a fiddle to do dance seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of cardio. Your core has to be strengthened depending on what kind of moves you're doing. Like it's intense. Just like when people don't think about how intense and hardcore fitness strength goes into stripping. I'm not saying I'm going to be a stripper, but look, if I need that, then I would love to have that option. Okay. All right. So yeah, more dance, more singing. I haven't done a record / like my own music since 2019. So, 2018, I guess, was when I released it. But then I was, touring and doing music stuff. So I haven't really done that. And I have been writing songs. I just have not put any music to it, put any production thought into it. And I need to do that. Or not need to, but I kind of do need to for my own soul. But I would like to. So that will probably be something, maybe later in the year, definitely next year, that kind of thing. More yoga. Oh my God. I need to stretch more. Everything is tense. I'm already a tense person. Fight or flight is always in constant, like, are we in battle now? You know what I mean? Anxious person. But I've been working out a lot. And Molly actually recommended me to go to this one chiropractor that she goes to, because I want to get more chiro work done, more consistent chiropractic work. But stretching, like there's only so much that a chiro can do, obviously. And stretching is like such a huge deal for maintaining your body and making sure that you can do those workouts that I want to do. Or like even boxing. I mean, your shoulders get so tight and you just don't realize. So I definitely want to do more yoga, more stretching, more serious. Like I was actually thinking about it today because I went to the chiro earlier today, and I was thinking maybe having a day specifically set aside. I would like more than one, but for now we need to start slow because I'm getting out of that mindset where like I have to like hurt myself almost to be in, like to have a successful workout. Like I need to be sweating. I need to be feeling sore. I need it to be like an intense, hard workout for it to count. And that's just not true. And especially like if I would like to do the like lift heavier and things like that, your muscles do need to be stretched and like maintained properly. So what I've started to do, or what I'm thinking of doing, is having one day. So I'm just calling it like Yoga Monday or Tuesday yoga or whatever it is. And just so that each of those days, if it's Tuesday, I'm doing yoga. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more of an accountability thing for me and something that would maybe even be fun. Like, if someone was like, can you hang out Tuesday? I'm like, sorry, it's Tuesday yoga, or it's yoga Tuesday. It's whatever. So not that I will maybe do that. And I can be flexible with it. Like, if it needs to be yoga Thursday, that's fine too, one of the weeks, but I really need to stick to a schedule. And I think that it'll be really important. So that's something that I am also wanting, for my life. The next one was more of who gives a fuck, do whatever. That was a sentence that is in for me. Yeah, just like, who even cares? I think we keep thinking like, oh, this is such a huge deal. And a lot of times it is, but like, when it's right for the most part. And so like, just fucking do it. Let's try it. Let's just try it and see how it goes. If not, then like, okay, I'll go back to the way that it was, or I'll try something else. You know what I'm saying? So just more of that mindset. And then I wrote delusional daydreams. More like, that's in. Delusional daydreams are so in. And by delusional, I mean, like, they're only delusional if they don't come true, right? Like, who said that they couldn't come true? Delusional just means like that's probably never going to happen. That's wrong. And so I think if I keep calling it delusional, that's fine. But like, let's keep thinking them and keep being delusional, keep being a little crazy, keep being a little weird. I wrote down, like, if I had my dream, like my daydreams are being in the Macy's Day Parade, performing in that would be amazing. That's a daydream. New Year's Eve performing in New York when the ball drops, whether that's in LA or New York, but like being one of those performers, being on Broadway in New York. Why is that delusional? That's totally possible for me. Why not? You'll hear Phoebe, performing at the Ryman. That's totally doable. It's like hard as fuck, but it's like available to everybody and, or to any musician artist that has a dream. Like, yeah, it's a little delusional if you think that, you're just going to get there tomorrow, but like, I think it's possible. So delusional daydreaming, delusional reality, maybe. Is that a thing? If you get what I'm saying, I hope. But yeah, just like really dreaming big and like letting people call you delusional or letting yourself call yourself delusional. Just keep doing it. I really want to have a sexy photo shoot. I think that would like those photo shoots. What's it called? Like boudoir, à deux de Claire, that kind of photo shoot. I really want that. I don't think Molly will do that. No, she would, but I wouldn't want to make her that uncomfortable. Although I think she's done them before, but there are specific photo companies like photographers that like specialize in that. I would love to have a sexy photo shoot. I've been wanting to do one for a long time, but it's just, money and timing and all that kind of stuff. So that is in. I want to give the middle finger more. That's so right now. Yeah, that was one of my ins. I think that goes along with all of this, really, of like not giving a fuck, delusional daydreams. Like not necessarily give the middle finger to actual people, because I don't know if that's necessary. I just want to do it. I just like to all the things that people say I can't do, or to that little voice in my head that says that I can't, or that I shouldn't post that video, or that I shouldn't do this bonus stuff, or whatever. Just middle fingers up, says Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's see. Oh, and more tattoos. I wrote that. That's very in for me, but I just can't afford more tattoos. I wrote more tattoos because I want more and I know what I want to get and where I want to get them and all that stuff. So hopefully that financial piece of it comes into it, but that's really what I want. My outs of, it's not very fun, these outs, but because some people had really funny and like cool ones. But for me, my outs are debt. My debt will be gone by the end of this fucking year, if not earlier. Okay. I have been working very hard on my student loans, and everyone who knows me pretty much knows that that's something that has been a goal of mine ever since I moved here. I mean, that is the second piece, twofold, of why I moved to Nashville, to be completely honest with you, because LA, I just couldn't afford it. I was working 3 jobs and I just still couldn't afford it. I was on my own, living in a studio. I didn't split rent with somebody, which I should have, I guess, if I really wanted to stay in LA, but that's not my lifestyle. I could not do the roommate thing anymore. And I did it for a year. I lived by myself, for a year and worked all those jobs and whatever. But I also knew that if I wanted to do music, if I wanted to do acting, if I wanted to fund my art, because I am the primary investor in my art, then I couldn't afford to live in LA. And that's just my story. And so, I knew people here that could help me with my record. And Sean was really influential in that and really helped me do that. And that was wonderful. And I could also get a job here that paid more than I was getting paid in California, even though the cost of living was less here. It's so fucked. It's getting worse here. So, whatever. But LA was just like impossible. So that is a long story or long-winded way of me saying that in order to get my debts under control, I had credit card debt. I hadn't paid off my car. My student loan was not in a great place at all. And so now my car is paid off. My credit card is paid off. And this loan is my last thing. Which is why it's takes up so much brain space because it is the last thing before I'm free of that payment. Because I'll be transparent. I've been paying $500 to $700 on my student loan. I don't know, a long time. And during COVID, when the interest was low, I really worked hard. Sometimes I would put if I had extra savings or if I had booked a job, like a commercial job, things like that, $1,000 of whatever I made would go towards my loan. And I just all in one. And my sister, I have a lot to thank my sister for because she's not a financial planner, but she is so interested in finances, which is so interesting and wonderful. And she learned so much and helped with my budget when I probably 2 years into me moving here and was so influential and beneficial to me. And I have her to thank for that. But I had to make some hard fucking sacrifices, man. Moving from LA was tough. That's really the secret I've learned to money, I feel. It's not a secret or it's not a hot take. It's just you have to spend less and make more. And it's when you're writing a paper, I equate it to when you're writing a paper and you need I don't know, 1 page instead of 2 pages. Taking out periods and random words doesn't do enough. So putting your phone bill down or not getting coffee every day doesn't always do enough. It does sometimes, but you have to take out that whole second page. I have to take out my whole LA way of living and really adjust to a new way of life so that I can travel and pay off my debts. And I couldn't travel in LA. I could not afford to go anywhere. Are you kidding me? And I didn't have a spouse or a boyfriend or anything that I was splitting rent with. Like I said, no roommate, that kind of stuff. My mom was super helpful and was one of the reasons that I could even move to LA because she helped me so much financially at the beginning. Which I think not everybody, but so many people wouldn't be able to get their feet on the ground if it wasn't for their parents helping them. So I'm so grateful for that. But yeah, it was really hard. And then my sister, it made me cry actually, not in she hurt my feelings way, but it made me cry to think about how to budget. I don't get my nails done anymore unless I am in a theater show. I don't get my eyebrows waxed anymore. I just pluck them myself. That kind of stuff, because that shit adds up. That stuff actually is very much adding up, because if you do it, some women have the funds or they want to budget for that. And I am all for that. Please do that. Please do that. But for me, it is not something that is so important to me that I would die without it. Or I would feel depressed or something without it. Although even if you are depressed, sometimes you have to make that sacrifice because everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. I will be able to get my nails done more often once these things are done. I will be able to take more trips. I've had to turn down trips, Katherine. I turned down Mexico because, even though I don't know if that's happening, but I turned down Mexico because I couldn't afford to make another payment on a trip. I turned down Molly's bachelorette thing, which was so nice. She didn't even have to invite me to that, but I had to pick between going to her wedding or the bachelorette. And I couldn't afford it. And maybe I could have afforded if I wanted to go into more credit card debt or not make a loan payment that day or whatever. And I don't know. I really do think that it is because this is my last piece of it, my last piece of debt. So once I get that taken care of, it'll be better. But one of my goals this year, and this is another out, getting back on the topic, was to not think about it so much. I mean, God, some people are so this isn't in their head. They have more debt than me, and this is just not something that they like freak out about or even think about as much as I do. And I'm like, I need to just cool it, because I think it's also because I had a lot of, I guess, long story short, I had some things that I was going to get money for and then I didn't, for acting. I had ideas of what was going to happen. Not ideas, like it was told to me that I was going to get money, and then it fell through the cracks and it didn't work. So I had to readjust. And then now not having a job, like hopefully I'll have a job within, the month or so that I can do that. But, I might have to make some adjustments, but it will get paid off. I just know that it will, and it's going to happen. So that's kind of my out too. Debt, but also not thinking so much about it. Second thing, that was a long one. My second out, oh my gosh, this is so important to me. And I think it's important to lots of people. But my second out is being diplomatic / giving chances to people who don't deserve it, or who are terrible, unreasonable, or not even that necessarily. Like, yes, that too. That's a main portion of it, because I try to give people the benefit of the doubt a lot. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think I still continue to do that. But my thing is like giving chances to people or things when I know that they don't deserve it or that they don't need it. And by need it, I mean, like, for example, I'll get real specific. I was in an acting class here in Nashville. I did it for a month a month. And the first couple classes, so I guess it was technically 4 or 5 classes within that month or something. And the first couple classes, I was just like, I don't know if this is for me. I just don't love, I didn't love the teaching style. I like her as a person. I just didn't, in the class itself, like the scenes we were getting, things like that. I wasn't sold on it. And so I was like, okay, I'll try to do it. And then I was so close to signing up for the next month just to be like, I guess I'll do it. Like, I guess I'll just try it. And then I just really had a talk with myself, and I was like, Holly, it is money. You are spending money on this. Do you want to do this? Like, it's one thing if you've never been in an acting class. You do need to give it time. If you've never done something and like you're doing it for the first time or whatever, or first couple times, you do need to give it a chance. But I've been in acting classes for the last 10 years. Okay. I know what I'm looking for. I know how I'm going to grow, how I learn. I don't need to give it a chance. I did give it a chance also. I did for that month. Okay. But especially people, like romantical relationships, friendships, like there are people that like sometimes you just don't vibe with anymore. And I feel like and I do this romantically all the time because I'm that person that sees the potential, but I guess friendships too, to be honest. I do this with people where I see the potential. I see how close we are. I'm like, if everything was different, it would just be better. But here's the thing, it's not different, and they're not going to change tomorrow. And you've already are 6 months deep, a year deep, 2 years deep, 5 years deep into this relationship. Have they really changed? And is it really how you need to be treated or how you need to be loved? They might not be a bad person. Maybe they are, in which case I'll middle finger them, or worse. But they might not be a bad person. They just might not be your person anymore, or your friend anymore, or the way that you need to be loved. You know what I mean? So I think that's something that's really out for me, is like giving more chances. I'm just kind of done with it. Like, I really want my mantra kind of was, and it's so funny actually, my mantra in like 2022 maybe, I was reading one of my old journals, if we really want to get like super therapy with it. I was reading one of my old journals and I was just like, I wish I could just not care. I wish I could just not give a fuck. And I was like, oh my God, that is exactly the sentiment that I'm having in this very second when I'm writing my list. What? And so that's kind of something that also that I've been trying to get used to as well, is that it's not a vision board is just that. It's a vision, but it's also resolutions, like New Year's resolutions. It's more than a year. It's an era. I am in the I don't want to give a fuck era. It's been 2 years, something like that. And you can make your goals and your plans and your visions for the year, but it's not going it well for me personally, let me just say this. Most of the things are not accomplished within that year. A year is actually a very finite amount of time to get anything done, especially when they are not like checklist items. A lot of our New Year's resolutions, I feel, are more, well, again, me personally, are more mindset based. And so you can't change your mindset sometimes within just a year. You've got to really work at that shit. And even if it is like a checklist, what if my checklist is to get, monetized for the podcast, which is, on my vision board, but that is might not happen in a year. It just, because new businesses and me putting in this like hard work of merch and monetizing and special episodes and all these things was just recent. I feel I was getting my feet wet and I didn't really know what was going on. And it just, the point is everything takes time and it's so frustrating. But I do think it's important to remember that whatever your vision is going to be probably an era, not just a year. It's going to be a mindset. And that doesn't happen fast for me anyway. So, yeah. And then the fun thing that's out for me, this isn't really, well, yeah, it is, but it's not like funny. But the other out for me is caring about how much skin is showing. And I don't mean I want to wear like, what's the thing? Midriff showing. What is that called? Crop tops? Yeah. I don't mean that I need to wear that. I just mean like, I'm self-conscious sometimes about my arms, but like also who cares? You know what I'm saying? No one else is looking at my arms. And if they are, like, have fun looking because they're great. And also, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck off at the same time. So I want to be not so self-conscious about, and that definitely might take more than a year. I'm getting there, though. I've been working on that one for a while. Or like if I have like short shorts or like, bathing suits, I've really gotten used to that. Oh my gosh. Now that bathing suits have like the, high-waisted bikinis. Oh my gosh. I've been so much better about that. I've always been self-conscious about my like back rolls, if you will, like my fat on my back. You can like, see the kind of indentation of where the rolls are, if you will. I don't know if you guys get that, but like basically it's just excess skin. Okay. And last summer, oh my gosh, I was so proud of myself. I still am, where I was wearing that like high-waisted bikini. And some of you guys saw it. Katherine, I don't know. Did you see it? It's like it's from Target and it's like orange and red and pink kind of. And oh my God, oh my gosh. I was just really proud of myself because my belly was showing and I don't show my belly in the bathing suit. So now that they invented these high-waisted bikinis though, it's like fucking dope. I love it so much. So I want to kind of bring that energy into like my clothing in general. I'm not a fashion gal. I respect it so much. Oh my gosh. I love when people feel confident in their clothes. And when I find good clothes, it's so wonderful. But it's not something that I'm like, oh, I'd love to go shopping and see what I can find today. I'm not that person, but I respect it. And I also know how much of a difference it can make in how you feel about yourself, confidence wise and things like that. So, and how you're presenting yourself to the world. I mean, that's what a blazer does for me. Oh my God. I put that blazer on. I am a business bitch. Nobody can touch me. I am professional as fuck. And that's what I love about that. So I have a blazer from Torrid. It's a black blazer and I love it so much. It's great. Anyhow, my point in that is like, I just want to feel a little bit better in my skin if skin is showing. And then the last out, oh my God. Okay. I guess I did have a funny one. The last out is, chairs without backs. It's so stupid. I don't want to sit in a chair without a back anymore. Okay. I'm getting older. I want my comforts. I don't need to sit on a stool where my back is hunched over. I'm going to the chiropractor for goodness sake. Okay, I need to take care of myself. And I don't even know why I wrote that. Wonder if I went to a restaurant or like, wonder if I was somewhere that I didn't have a back on the chair and was like, this is stupid. But yeah, I want a back on my chair. I want a little bit of support in all parts of my life. Okay. Oh my God. Katherine, that was 26 full minutes and usually they're only 30. Oh my God. Well, I don't care. I'm going to go on a tiny bit more, with some of your other suggestions and then maybe I can make some more as I go. Wait. Oh shit. I lost the last. Okay. Let me pull it up again. Ins and outs. Okay. Current grudges. Oh my God. Catherine. I don't know. I gotta think about that one. I'll think about that one. I don't have anything that's coming to me off the top of my head, but I am gonna go. You gave me such good ideas. Oh my gosh, I can't. But I'm gonna go for the Grammy thoughts because that's timely right now. Yeah, the people making a huge deal about Taylor Swift not acknowledging Celine or hugging her really is absurd. I thought it was. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I noticed it. Like you saw in the message, we were having a Grammy chat in the girls group. I do wish that Taylor had like at least looked at her. I thought it was kind of rude at first glance. But I mean, but like the fact that people are making that all it was. And first of all, she did post with Celine. She did have pictures with her. She does respect her. Like, there were pictures after the fact, everything. Like, that was, like, she does not hate Celine. She was not snubbing her. Like, there was nothing like that. But at first glance, you see it and you were like, oh, she didn't even look at her. And so I did, like, yeah, sure. It was a little off-putting. But at the same time, like, the people making a huge deal about it, like, in an uproar about it, are you kidding? Because she thanked Lana Del Rey. She literally pulled Lana Del Rey on stage and was like, this record probably wouldn't have happened, essentially, without her, because so many people have been influenced by her work, her music. She thanked her producer, Jack Antonoff, like that. She had that other gal up there. Like, she thanked people. It wasn't like she was like, oh my God, I'm taking this Grammy. It's mine only. I'm the only one that's responsible for this. So I don't understand what people are doing, but like, again, it's like in Barbie with America Ferrera's speech, I guess, like, you just can't do anything right. You can't do anything perfectly in their eyes. Like, if a dude did it, I personally would have noticed it, but I don't think there would be the uproar that there is now. And God, I mean, I just keep coming back to this phrase. My sister said it at one point. I can't remember what she was talking about. Or wait, no, I do remember what she was talking about, but I'm not going to share that here. No, but she just said it's easy to hate the best. It's easy to hate the best. It's easy to be jealous of the best. Like, Taylor is an easy target because everyone is so jealous of her. They don't understand how amazing she is. They are so entitled and sad in their own life and kind of, are mad that she's like, infiltrating their life in this way. And by infiltrating, I mean just like being on TV, ? Literally, like, why aren't you mad at literally every other celebrity in literally any other arena? What? It's so stupid. And I mean arena both figuratively and literally. Like, literally in the football arena. What the fuck? Oh God. Yeah, she's the Antichrist, okay? That's just No, I mean, yeah. So that's just my 2 cents about it. Okay, that's all you get. That's all you get. And yeah, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed that, please, and you want to listen to more, please go in the link and subscribe to the full Monty, man. Come on. Subscribe on in. It's $3 a month. Like I said, there, I will post a link and everything. And if you want to hear more, if you want to be shouted out, like I shout out everybody, if you want to just have a moment, a community, just hanging out, I would love that. A nice community. A Parks and Rec kind of community, but except for where we're creating it on our own. We don't have to talk about parks, but we probably will talk about parks. But yeah, well, thank you for listening. And if you don't want to subscribe, maybe share it or rate and review it or put it on your social media or something of that. There's so many ways you can help. And there's also so many ways that I can help you. Maybe I'll send you a sticker. Maybe I'll send you a magnet. Maybe I'll send you a mug. How about that? But yeah, seriously though, thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate it. It means so much. I know that this is a trudge and life is hard and all these things, so I appreciate you being in it with me. But if you want to listen to more, go ahead and check out that subscribe link for $3 a month, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, that was long.